Okay, up next, after you have finished composing the A section, you will find composing a binary form. Now we're going to take what we learned and double it, basically. Here are the directions. Again, you must open these directions in Notability to save time. That way you can check them off. But it goes through the same ideas of how to open it, how to save it, make sure you name it correctly, composing binary, first name, last name. And make sure you use the directions. Even if you've watched this video, it's important that you follow the directions because there are some extra things in there that you'll need. And following this video only gives you a basic idea of what to do. It does not give you the specifics that you're required to do. So you locate sounds, you compose an A section, which is exactly the same as what you just did, and then you have a B section. The idea here is that the B section is almost exactly the same as the A section. Not exactly the same, but almost exactly the same. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to actually start over new. I'm going to add a style. And at this point, I don't have a great familiarity with all the styles in the library, so I'm just kind of picking them based on their names. So why don't I try Hip Hop 6? And I load that into my library over here of styles. My list of styles is growing as I work on these. So here's Hip Hop 6. I know that I'm starting with drums. Just to make things simple, I'm going to pick that right off the bat. 8 measures long. Remember, that's not 8. That is 8. Next up, track 2, bass. I like something a little bit acoustic, so I'll put that up here. Again, the requirements are to follow a chord progression. So I'm going to do 1, 4, 5, 4. Now I've got that. So it changes chord progressions and goes on from there. Next up, harmony. That's a nice acoustic sound. I think I'm going to stick with that idea. 1, 4, 5, 4. And then I want to find a melody. So now I've got drums, bass, harmony. So far it's looking like a pretty standard acoustic pop band with drums, acoustic bass, and an acoustic guitar sound. Let's see if we can find a real natural sound as a melody. That's a melody. These are kind of violent though. These are a little more active. I want something pretty mellow. That's a pretty cool harmony. Effects. Well, that's awesome, but it doesn't fit my song. Flowing. That could work, but these are kind of sound effects. I'm looking for something that's more, maybe a vocal that has a good melody to it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, drop the beat and dance with it.
Nah.
Get your dance on, get your groove on. You can dance.
Here, drop, here, drop, here, drop, here, drop.
That's obnoxious. These are obnoxious, so I don't necessarily want this hype thing. So I'm taking a hip-hop folder and I'm making kind of a mellow hip-hop. So it's probably maybe a little too much for this library to handle, but let's find something. There it is. Okay, that'll work. Now, same chord progression. 1, 4, 5, 4. Alright, so there's the A section. Now it's time to move on to the B section, which is going to happen over here, the next 8 measures. Now, I had a lone A from my drum sounds. Here I have a lone B and a lone C. Now I'm finding that a lone A is kind of clean, and then this is the more messy version. And then this is like a bare bones version, very simple. So I thought this section was bare bones, so I'm actually going to replace them. I'm going to go with C here. So I have bare bones there, and then this is a little more active. All right, so now I'm going to do the same kind of thing for bass. I had bass guitar 1. It was an acoustic bass. That's also an acoustic bass. Yeah, that would be totally different, but I'm going to go with this acoustic bass here. And now I get to choose a different chord progression. The directions tell you exactly what to do for which chord progression to put up here. So I'm going to use what they say to use, and that's 1, 2, 4, 5. It's a little bit different. Now we've got that. Now I got to find another harmony. Let's see, there was one that I liked for harmony. I think it was keyboards. No, it was synth. Boy, now there's some good melodies there. Maybe I'll use one of these. Yep, I'm definitely going to use that for my melody. So I'm going to jump ahead because I just happened to find something. Well, that's 4, so that's there. So 1, 2, 4, 5. Got it. Okay, 1, 2, 4, 5. Now I need to find harmonies again. That's maybe simple. Now, do I want something simple here if this is really hype? Probably that'll balance out. If I have two things that are hyper and crazy, it might not work so well. So I'm going to actually simplify this out by going 1, 2, 4, 5 with something simple. You can even see visually that this one has a lot more going on. It's a lot choppier. And then this is this big, long, smooth thing here. So now I've got two sections. They are related. They're in the same style, Hip Hop 6. They're very similar neighboring sounds. Maybe brother and sister is a good metaphor. They are not the same, but they're very similar. So let's hear it. I'd say they're pretty different. So I've tried to keep them similar, but some of these sounds down here are just very, very different. So that's okay. Or I could go back and maybe I use something that's the same here. Maybe I use the same guitar bass sound. So I could delete these and use this bass sound. That would make it a little more similar. Or maybe I want it to be drastic, a drastic difference when we get to measure 9. So, but this fulfills the project. An A section, a B section, and make sure that I save it correctly on the desktop, and I call it composing binary in my name. I save it, and I raise my hand, get it graded, and then I move on to composing a ternary form. Good luck.